Hi, I'm Jenya, Israeli Beer Geeks. If you're ever in Berlin, we would love to have you here in Munich Horn. Please come visit us, come say hello.
Hello guys and welcome to Top Explorer. So I'm back from Berlin, which means that it's time for another reality versus expectations video. What can I say about Berlin? Well, you know that warm feeling when you're meeting an old friend? Yes, exactly, that's the one. Berlin just feels like home to me. One of the things I like most about this city is that Berlin is extremely efficient. With one of the best public transportation systems in the world, moving from one bar to another is a breeze. The only thing you should keep in mind is that most craft beer bars in Berlin are open from 3 p.m, which actually allows you to spend some time sightseeing, shopping, or getting that desired and well-deserved detox and relax time at local thermal spa, which is a great idea, especially after an intense pub crawling the night before. For that, I highly recommend Bye Spa. Just remember that it's a textile-free facility, which will require of you to leave all your worries and insecurities behind, along with all of your clothes. But hey, that's just a part of Berlin's fun. Okay, so back to beer. If you watched my previous video, you should already have the basic understanding of the beer scene in Berlin. I can say without a doubt that it has developed incredibly well over the past few years, bringing the beer culture to the whole new level. Present days Berlin is a home to so many beer geeks, hosting so many interesting beer-related events, and so many bars you can spend the whole evening at. One of the reasons for the craft beer explosion in Berlin is of course the constant flow of expats, coming from different parts of the world, bringing pieces of their local beer scenes with them. Berlin is always open for innovations, welcoming changes and new trends, challenging German breweries to bring up their own game to outstand in this competitive market. And I can positively say that they are handling this task with dignity. With each visit I discover more and more of the new wave German breweries joining the ranks. With Hayden Peters, Budelschip and Berlo already considered veterans, and Fürst Wiaczek from Berlin, Brauerei Flüge from Frankfurt and Orca Brau from Nuremberg, to name a few, being relatively new players on German craft beer market. The scene continues to evolve constantly. One of the most welcome changes for me is tasting flights and half pours, offered by more and more bars, allowing the customers to taste more different styles, more different beers, discover more new breweries, experience more unique flavors. Sour ales and barrel-aged stouts, huge variety of IPAs from all sorts of influences, resurrected medieval styles, and experiments with familiar German classics. All this is super accessible now thanks to the recognition of the beer geek phenomena. Another relatively new trend in Berlin is the tap takeover. If you're not familiar with this term, it's an event when a single craft brewery is hosted by a bar, and their beers are served from all or most of the bar taps. These events are gaining popularity in Berlin lately, sometimes introducing new and unknown breweries to local beer geeks, or quite the opposite, providing them with the rare opportunity to taste all the rage from the legendary and much sought after brewery they previously had no access to. I was lucky enough to participate in one of these showcases at Biererei Bar in Kreuzberg, when they were hosting a brewery from Finland called Coolhead, which to be honest, I've never heard of before, and I was truly amazed by the quality of their beers. I've tasted great sours exploding with berries native to the region, super fresh double dry hopped IPAs bearing that seductive smell of a Finnish sauna, some very unique combinations of fruits and hot peppers. Thank you Gian and Biererei team for this opportunity, and keep it to Coolhead Brewery. In my expectations video I mentioned a new bar opening in Berlin's Friedrichshain district, the Castle. I was intrigued by this one because I heard so much good things about their first bar in Mitte, but never had the chance to visit. And then I was invited to celebrate the birthday of the owner of Tel Aviv brewery CAMEL and a dear friend David Cohen. Of course, it's not an opportunity to be missed, and we had a great time cheering, celebrating, and of course exploring the 50 taps of this friendly and cozy bar. What can I say? I will be back. Especially now when Dancing Camel beers are contractually brewed by the Berlin brewery BIERFABRIEK, and the Castle being one of the few places who serve them. Another highlight of my visit was a short subway trip to Neukölln, to pay a visit to one of my most favorite bars in Berlin, Muted Horn, owned by a lovely young couple with a true passion for sour beers. This bar never disappoints. If you love to challenge your taste buds and looking for extreme and unique flavors, put this bar on your map. You will not regret it. Next stop on my Berlin craft beer trail was Protocol Bar. Located in Friedrichshain, this bar is affiliated with Zagover Brewery from Moscow. If you never heard about this Russian brewery, well, this is your miss. Because they make really great beers. Constantly traveling the world, making friends and brewing collaborations, participating in some of the most important festivals, these guys have definitely made a name for themselves. Okay, back to Protocol. For a few years they're open in Berlin. This was my first visit. The atmosphere there proved to be super friendly, just as I thought. And we were able to taste most of the beers listed on their impressive 24 taps board. Now I have one more must-visit place in Berlin for my future trips. Another interesting newly discovered location in Friedrichshain is called Labor. Opened less than a year ago, this science lab-themed bar is a home to one of the best Hungarian craft breweries, Mad Scientist. With a unique interior and beers poured into Erlenmeyer flasks, this is one cool experience. The atmosphere was buzzing and cheerful, the beers were great and interesting, adding even more variety to the colorful Berlin beer scene. And yes, of course I must mention Mikkeller and Brewdog bars. These places simply don't require introduction. These two bars, so different, but somehow so similar in spirit of daring exploration and pushing boundaries of familiar beer styles. I am very glad that I had the opportunity to once again explore both of them in Berlin. So that's it. Of course there are many more great beer bars in Berlin, with the best of them listed on my Berlin craft beer map. So you're more than welcome to check them out for yourself. Link will be in the description. I have already booked my next visit to Berlin in June, when my long-time dream will finally come to life. I am going to a Tool concert. Super excited about this one. Can't wait to be back in Berlin to explore new locations and visit my favorite ones. Until the next time, tschüss.